Hi everybody, it's Cindy here with Stamp and Chip Creations. How are you? Let me just make sure my volume is on. I hope you're having a great Monday. It's Monday, April 28th. I can't believe we're almost through Monday. As you hop on, say hello so that I know you're here and I'm not just talking to myself because, well, that seems to be a thing lately where I am talking to myself. So hopefully you will hop on, you will say hello. It's just 7:30, so I know I'm just getting on right now. And if you're new to my channel, welcome and thank you for joining me. If you're returning, thank you for coming back week after week. Hello, Miss Maddie. It is a beautiful, beautiful day here in southwestern Ontario. If you're not familiar with who I am, words are hard. My name is Cindy Piggott, and I am the face behind Stampin' Chip Creations. I've been an independent demonstrator for the past 19 years, and I love what I do. I absolutely love, love, love what I do. So I go live every Monday night with a new card layout or technique or something fun. So hopefully you are catching this live. If you are not, hi Sharon. If you're not catching me live, please just put hashtag replay, and then that way I know how many of you are watching me on a replay. It's always curious for me to see how many people actually catch me live versus how many people catch me on a replay. Hi, Sandy. You made it. It's beautiful here in southwestern Ontario. It's sunny. Maya and I went for a nice walk today. So Maya and I work together right now. She's doing her co-op where I am working. So we went for a really nice walk today. It was gorgeous. So I'm hoping to get more walks in. And then when we came home, we voted as a family, which was really, really exciting because my kids have never voted before. So my son is 20 and my daughter is 18, and they have never had the experience of voting before. So it's kind of exciting to have them go through that. And actually, it was actually kind of comical because I love my daughter to pieces, but sometimes she's a little bit naive. And she said, wow, when I got that ballot form, I didn't realize there were so many names were going to be on the ballot. And I was like, oh my goodness. So yeah, so it's interesting to see kind of their perception of what's going on. So I'm glad that's done. I'm glad I could get in and get out as quickly as I could. And it wasn't as busy as we had thought. It was busy, but it wasn't actually as busy as we had thought. We envisioned having to stand there for quite a long time. So okay, so what do I want to tell you? Catalogs are ready. So if you have not picked up your catalog, they are in the deck box for you to pick up if you gave me your name. And I only put a certain amount out there. So yeah, so they're there for you to pick up. If I'm mailing them, I'm going to send mine to the post office tomorrow for you to get those into the mail. And yeah, so the book goes live May 6th. And there'll be online exclusives. And I understand there's a joining feature, joining promotion coming out in May as well. So I'm really, really excited about that. And just so you know, I don't know if you've caught this, but I have a BOGO sale coming up. Next week. Oh my goodness, next week already. So I have been gathering many things. So this BOGO sale will be a little different than my past one. The past one basically had stamp sets and dies and bundles. This one will be designer series paper. It'll be ink pads, markers, blends, ribbon, embellishments. And that's as far as I've gotten so far of pulling data or pulling product in. So just so you are aware, my stack of paper is about this big so far. And I have some of the ink colors, like past ink colors with coordinating papers and those kind of things, and markers and re-inkers and all the things. So I'm going to be very busy trying to get ready for that. So make sure you mark your calendar for that. I believe it's May 7th, if I remember correctly. I have a lot of May dates in my head, so they're all starting to get a little bit muddled. So hopefully you are watching me live. So I promised you last week that we were going to look at the Sunrise Sailing Bundle this week. I'm going to just share my screen here. All right, here we go. So I promised you last week that we would look at this bundle. This is going to be an online exclusive. So when you get your catalog, do not go looking for this in the book because you will not find it. But what I'm going to tell you is that this bundle is going to sell out very quickly. I am seeing a lot of examples with this, a lot of new samples coming out from demonstrators. People are loving this one already, okay? So don't wait to order this one, okay? I can get you the bundle number so that you're ready to order on May 6th. Please remember that right now, when you order, you are also going to earn reward points on orders over 20 I'm gonna say $25. I think it's $20, but so you're going to continue to earn those, which is really super exciting because in Ontario and Quebec, our points don't expire, which is amazing. So you can build those points up to one of those really expensive suites that you want, or the die cutting machine, or the glass mat, because I love my glass mat. If you don't have one, it's a total must have. So yeah, so you can build those points. So and there's no minimum. The minimum is like the $20 or $25 to start earning those, okay? But then they start to, hi Joanne, so then they start to accumulate, okay? So I promised you sunrise sailing stamp set. It has this hybrid embossing folder, what we're calling a hybrid embossing folder. I'm going to show you how that works. And then it has your dies as well. So you can buy these single, so just the stamp set. You can buy just the dies or just the embossing folder, or you can buy it together as a bundle. Okay. I think there's a 10% discount if you order it as a bundle. So definitely pretty smart to do it that way. So you're going to see that I was playing. So I've got some sailboats out here. Here's another sailboat. I spent some time the other night just kind of goofing around, and you know, at first I was like, I don't know if I like this. And then I was like, yeah, I think this has got some huge potential. So I'm going to show you what I've done. I'm going to show you my and I'm going to show you my winners. And we're going to talk about the stamp set a little bit. So this is, again, if you're just joining, it's an online exclusive, which means it is not in the catalog. You can only find this by looking online. I've put my magnetic sheet in here, and I think now it's, it's this actually. And it's not online. I mean, sorry, it's not in the book. It's only online. Okay. So it does not have paper to coordinate, which is a little bit of a disappointment, but, it's okay because I'm going to show you how we can still create amazing cards without having the paper. Okay. So hybrid, what does this mean? Hybrid. You're talking hybrid, Cindy. I don't know what hybrid means. So I'm going to show you, does it actually, no, it does not. Okay. So, this is a picture of the, if you can't see it clear. Okay. And I'm going to do this on white, so it might be a little bit difficult to see. So hybrid is one of the ones where it's a thicker embossing folder. And as I was sitting here waiting for it to go live, all these ideas started popping in my head. So essentially what you can do with a hybrid embossing folder is you can cut and emboss at the same time. So when I put my paper in here and I put my sailboat in and I close this up, it kind of snaps into place where it's supposed to go. And then when I run this through my embossing folder, it's going to cut and emboss my paper at the same time, which is a little wild, okay? This is not really a new thing for us. We have had this for a while. It's just some stamp sets are, or some bundles are more prominent than others. So you probably just didn't even realize that's what they were. But this one's really super cool. So let's start with a very simple card, and then we will kind of progress up, and I will show you my Okay. I have to find my paper first though, because I had a whole stack of paper and I was tidying off. I was tidying my desk. Here they are. Don't panic. Don't anybody panic. I got them right here. Okay. So, oops. Sorry. I'm throwing embellishments around. Okay. Here's my papier. Okay. So one of the things I'm going to do tonight is I am actually going to use this Secret C, which is our new in color. I'm actually going to use this in place of my black. And I'm doing that on purpose because I want you to see the color and I want you to love this color because it is very dark. but it's so darn beautiful, guys. It's like a dark grayish blue. I don't know how to explain it, but it's stunning. Okay, so first card, I'm going to take just a piece of, these are just pieces of cardstock that I have cut from before. I need to cut this down because this one is actually a quarter of a paper. So I'm going to cut this down to 4 by 5 and a quarter. 4 by 5 and a quarter. I don't know why my words. So a lot of times what I do, hi Janet, a lot of times what I do is I actually cut a lot of my cardstock down to the size that I need for creating cards. And I just kind of store them here so that at least they are available to me very quickly if I need either a back or inside of a card or what have you. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm just going to use a stamp set for this one because I want you to see how beautiful the stamp set is on its own. So I'm going to use the sailboat, and these are cling, okay? So they're photopolymer, which makes this amazing because when you are layering or masking, you're going to want this, right? So I'm going to place this onto my glass mat, make sure it's lined up so that my stamp is, hi Linda. Janet just ordered this set. Good, Linda, or Janet, because I was just saying this set is going to sell out extremely quickly. I am seeing so many samples with this that it's definitely going to sell out. Okay, so the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to take my Secret C stamp pad, my ink pad, and you don't have to tap very much, but look how dark that is. Can you see how dark that is? It's very dark, but it's like a bluish gray. And when I stamp, for some reason, I have to stamp on an angle like this, but I can't stamp straight up and down. So I'm just going to push down and I'll lift up. Can you see how dark that is? Now, these cards tonight, guys, are going to be super simple. There's not going to be any fun folds in these ones, just because I want you to see the product. I don't really necessarily need to show you a fancy fold with these ones, although my head is spinning with possibilities of these fun folds. Actually, I could have just left that on there. That was kind of silly of me. Okay, let me leave my sailboat back onto my block for a minute. Okay, so I'm going to close this up because I know me. I am going to put my fingers in my ink. Okay, so I need some waves. Well, there, Linda, I'm going to tell you, you need to jump on this stamp set because I am seeing so many demonstrators promoting it that it's not going to last. And it's an online exclusive. So what online exclusive means is that it's only there while it's there. And then once it's gone, it's gone. Like, they will not bring it back. So you definitely want to make sure that you don't miss this one. Okay, so waves. So I think for my waves, I actually end up using, on the one I was kind of playing with, I think I used boho blue, but I almost wonder if I should be using azure afternoon. So waves, what color would I like my waves to be? I have misty moonlight. I'm going to not say night of navy because my night of navy is a little bit caca. Boho blue, azure afternoon, or blueberry bushel. Does anybody have any suggestions? I'm just going to wait for you guys to decide because I need to put my waves here underneath my boat. Do you notice that my boat is a little bit... That was silly of me. That's okay. I'll just make my waves a little bit. Azure. Azure. Okay. Azure. Let's go azure. Maybe this is what I use because this actually maybe looks... I don't know. Okay. So azure. You guys see what I'm doing here? Sorry, I'm getting a text message. I don't know if you guys hear that on camera. Okay. So there is my waves. Now, The one thing I'm going to share with you that I absolutely love about this set is that it actually comes with words. Okay? Congratulations, you deserve the best. Happy retirement. Oh my gosh, happy retirement. And best wishes. You're destined for great things, and ahoy. And I've seen these actually used inside the mat. Are those called masks? No, my brain's completely left me right now. And then this is supposed to be, I think, on the inside of the sailboat, potentially. Oh, I just noticed that. I did not notice this yesterday when I was playing with this stamp set. I think this actually stamps inside here as a 2-step stamp. And then this would be more water. Okay. I just colored mine. So I'm going to just take maybe a light smoky slate. You know what? Why don't we try this? Hang on. Let's just... You guys are going to play along with me for a second. I don't know if this is going to work. And you know me, I don't like doing things off the cuff, but I just noticed this stamp set, and if I don't try it, I'm never going to know. So you're going to go along and play with me here for a second. I want to see if this actually... Ha 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 ha! Look at this, friends. Ah, love it. Okay, so what color do I want the bottom of my boat? I'm going to color this. You guys can decide. I need to know what color this part is going to be. So the bottom of my boat. And then I need a color for the mast. Or I keep calling them mast. Sails? Sails. That's what I want to say. Sails. I'm not a boater. Can you tell? I don't like water. I don't like being on boats. It's just not my thing. I'm afraid of water. You've already shown me 2 things I've missed. Honestly. And I feel like these, for example, I was like, looked at those and I was like, I have no idea what those are, but those actually will stamp on your sails. This is water, and then this I just noticed, and then the birds. Oh my gosh, the bird. I'm gonna show you what I do with the bird. Okay, so what color do I want the bottom of my boat? Because look how cute this is. Do I want it gray? Like my original card I colored gray, but it essentially could be any color. Old olive. All right, let's do old olive. Let's see if I can stretch up here to grab my old olive. And then what color do I want my sail? Teak for the bottom. Early espresso. Ooh. Early espresso. Or copper clay, Sandra. White boat color sails. Copper clay might be too dark. Or pecan pie? Pecan pie, maybe? What do you think? Pecan pie? I'm thinking pecan pie might look more like wood. What do you think? Let's try it. You know what? It's just paper. We could do it again. Let's do it. We can do whatever we want. It's not a right and a wrong here. Oh, look at this. Can you guys see this? Okay. It's really hard for me to do 2-step stamping without getting my head in the camera, so I'm just going to see what happens here. Oh, hang on. I didn't push. That was me. That was the operator. The operator forgot to push. That was silly. Okay. Okay, the operator's not having a good time pushing here. Okay. Okay. Not great job pushing, but I probably should have paid more attention to that. Okay, what color do I want to color my sails? Keeping in mind, I will probably end up using a bluish color for my background. So I need to color my sails, so I need to know what color I want those. And in the meantime, I'm going to make this into a congratulations card while you guys are deciding what color to do my sails in. So again, I'm using my glass mat. If you don't have a glass mat, I don't know what you're waiting for because this glass mat is awesome. I love my glass mat. Like, I want to take it everywhere with me. It comes out streaky, not solid. Okay, hang on. Sorry, I missed some comments here. Oh, hi, my sister's here. Are those flags that are the other side of the sail? I think so. Oh, maybe. I don't know. I'm not a boater. Neither are you. What the heck? How would you know this? Okay, hang on. Wait, friends. Wait. So when I stamp this, oh, look, when I stamp this, it actually fills in where it needs to. Can you guys see that? I would leave the white. It comes out streaky, not solid. Oh, it does? On purpose? Red highlights for the sail. So are you saying, Sandy, to put these in red? I think that would look really nice. So I'm going to make this into a congratulations card. I'm lining my paper up with my glass, with the line on my glass mat to make sure I'm stamping straight. So those of you that have a Stamparatus that were boo-hooing because, oh my gosh, I need my Stamparatus, you don't now because you got this glass mat. Hi, Chris. So are we thinking we want red on the sails? I think that would look really sharp. Like a real red? Or cherry cobbler? Where's my real red? Huh, where be my red? You gotta love it when it's after hours and you're still getting emails. Here's my real red. I've seen other demonstrators stamp and the boat color is not solid. Oh. Okay, so my sister's trying to send me a picture and she can't. Oh, of course, technology. Okay, hang on. I'm going to try this. If we don't like this, guys, we just start over. I just want to see. I think I know what she's talking about. But see, when you... Oh, hang on. I never know which ink pads are actually going to work for me and which ones aren't anymore. So when I go to line this up, it actually... Oh, I gotcha. So when I go to line this up, it lines up where I need it to. Like that. So the spacing, hi Marlon, the space, now my red's not very vibrant. The spacing is exactly where I need it to be. So I'm wondering, can I... Yeah, it has to go that way. I just want to make sure. All of a sudden I was like, did I do that wrong? Does that look right? Where's my sailing friends? Bernie, is this what you're talking about? I suppose I could have actually gone over a little bit more with these ones, but I'm curious to know, because I'm not a sailor. I know nothing about boats, nor do I want to know much about boats, but I'm curious to know if this is what my sails are supposed to look like. Is that what the stamp is supposed to do? You tell me. I think so. Look at this font on this. Font A. Okay. Now, I'm going to show you. Looks good. Okay. Because I don't know anything about boats. So I need you guys to help me. So I have boho blue or misty moonlight cardstock. Which one do we want? As the base. I need a base. So if you're not familiar with which one's which, this is misty moonlight and this one is boho blue. So we can do this. That's what misty moonlight would look like. And this would be boho blue. Kind of thinking I like the misty moonlight actually. I need to put some Winky Stella on here. So let's do some Winky here. I don't think this is my good Winky Stella. I think my good Winky Stella is in my bag. I think. Oh, no, I guess I can see this here. You probably can't see it, but I can see it. Misty Moonlight. You like it, Chris? It's nice, eh? Okay, so let's go cut this piece of Misty Moonlight. Right here. I'm gonna put this in my paper trimmer. 5.5. And I'm gonna turn this. This one's gonna go to 4 1/4. And then I'm going to fold. I still need to get a bone folder. Okay, I'm going to show you the card I did. I think I like this one better, actually. I'm going to use my stamp and seal. I forget what stamp and seal is. It's like once it's down, it's down. Okay, so there is my first card, right? Okay, so this is the one I did last night, or the other day, yesterday. I don't even know. The other day. It wasn't last night, but yesterday, or Saturday. What day is it today? Today's Monday. Oh my gosh. So I used a different background. I colored this one with my blends, right? So same card, 2 different looks. Now, it's pretty plain Jane, right? But I want you to see that very quickly you can whip off a card quite easily. Okay? So that's card number 1. I'm going to put those over there. We'll revisit those in a minute. Okay, so now that was a lot of fun, but let's see what we can do if, I need to cut this down, I think. I need to cut these to 4 by 5 1/4 because my pieces here are larger. Now, what if we take, hang on, I have to get some ink here. I'm going to use crushed curry. I'm going to use pumpkin pie. I'm going to use boho blue. I'm going to use bonnie blue. What do you think? Birds. Oh, birds. Hang on. Let's back up the bus for a second. Thanks, Sandra. I forgot the birds. That's why you guys are here. Where's my stamp set? Right here. That's why my friends are here. Cindy, birds. Now, I will tell you, these birds here on the die will cut out birds. They're very small. So here's my little guy. So just be careful if you're stamping birds. Or die cutting birds. Birds. That would make my card be less. Oops. Okay. That's a little less empty. Okay, so now, I don't know where my Stampin' Scrub went. It's right here. I keep throwing everything to the side, and then I pile stuff on top, because that's really awesome. All right, so there we go. So that one's done. So, super fun. What if we take this? What if I take my blend? What if I take, look at this. Do you see this? Oh, where'd it go? I had a sparkle from the piggy. I'm going to take my blending brush. Okay. Nice. Crushed curry. Now, you can do whatever. You don't have to do all of these, but I love using my blending brushes. So I'm going in a circular motion. So remember I said I love my glass mat? This is why. Because my glass mat, I can make a mess on my glass mat, and I just have to wipe it off. Let's get this out of the way. And it makes it nice and easy to start off my paper like I'm supposed to, right? Now I am going to come in here with this one just a little bit more. Let's make that a little bit darker. Okay, so I'm not going too heavy on my yellow. even though it's crushed curry is pretty dark, right? Oh, I only put 4. Yes, Chris, you're right. I was late. Did you use the embossing folder too? Not yet. But hang on, we're going to. We're going to actually get to that. I'm going to show you a couple different steps that we're going to do here. So, because the embossing folder is a hybrid, what we call hybrid, right? Okay, so now I'm using Balmy Blue. So Balmy Blue is lighter, right? Which is perfect. We don't want a dark color here yet. So there's my Balmy Blue. I know you cannot see this on camera, likely, but because Balmy Blue is very, very, very pale, but it's perfect for this. Absolutely perfect. Okay, so I'm going to go a little bit more on my Balmy Blue. And then I'm going to come in with my boho blue. I can't believe I only put 4 birds on that. So boho blue. All of a sudden I have a really, really strong itch. Okay. So boho blue. Now, if I really, really wanted to, guys, I could actually come in with like Night of Navy or Misty Moonlight, which I'm not going to do, but I love blending. Like, I was a huge finger dauber person before blending brushes, and I have now switched. Okay, so this is what I have so far. Okay, are you guys with me? Okay, I'm gonna actually take, because this just bugs me, not that I have to, but I cannot stand seeing ink on my gloss. It kind of makes me twitch a little bit. Okay, so now here is my paper. I'm just looking at the card I created. I'm like, oh, there's 5 birds on that one. And I'm going to take my sailboat. And again, I'm going to use my Secret Sea, which I think is so appropriate for the sailboat stamp. Okay. Secret Sea. Ooh, I almost dropped that right on my card. And I want to make sure my sailboat is actually in the water, right? Like, I don't want him up here because that would actually be silly. So I'm going to put him right about there. Okay. Do you see how beautiful this Secret Sea is? So pretty. Okay, and then I need my what is that thing called? Water. So I'm going to show you my boo-boo. Not my boo-boos. They're not, well, I guess they're kind of boo-boos, but now I'm going to show you something that I didn't actually use these yet, because again, I was just kind of goofing around and I didn't have a ton of time, but these here, if I can get them off my thing, are actual waves. And so there's actually 2 of these that, my fingers, honestly. So you can actually layer those like that. Can you see that? So you can layer your waves. Okay. And then you also have some smaller sailboats. So this is the sails for this one. And then you have a small one, and you have 2 clouds, and then you have your birds, and then your big sailboat. Okay. So let's finish this card, and I'm going to show you a couple more things. Okay, let me take this block. And I'm going to go this way. Now for this one, I think I used boho blue. I think. I'm not even sure anymore. Now I'm doubting my colors I used yesterday. Okay, so I'm going to go this way. Oh, I guess I did not use this color. I don't know what color I used last night or yesterday, but and then I'm actually going to turn my stamp And I'm going to, how did I want to do this? Okay, so I'm going partially here. So what I'm doing is I'm filling in this part of my wave with this empty part. Like that. And then I'm going to fill in this other part with the other. Okay. Now I need to birds. Birds. Two things. This one is going to be a retirement card. So I need to do my birds. So I'm going to do one here. I did do 5 on this one, just so you guys know. 2, 3, 4, and 5. Okay, so we got our 5 birds. And then I'm going to bring in the stamp set that says happy, or the stamp that says happy retirement. Because I think these would make amazing masculine cards. Oh, look at that. Okay. So this is one of the in colors that I'm using. I think I put my stamp on crooked. Okay. So I can use the other piece of my Misty Moonlight to do this one. Again, see how simple these cards are. So the most time consuming part will be the sponging or the blending, which to me I find is actually kind of relaxing. It's a little bit like coloring. So there's that one. Hi, Yvonne. Sorry, honey, I didn't respond to you because I was doing my live, but I will. And this is the one I did yesterday. So essentially let me move these here. I did use a different blue. I must have used Azure Afternoon on this one. I didn't think I did, but I moved my boat up a little bit, and then my water, right? So same card, different looks. Okay. All right. Now let's go do some embossing, because that's what you all came for, right? So I showed you how to use some of the stamps, gave you some inspiration. So if you only want to buy the stamp set, you can. I'm not sure why you would want to, because you want it all, to be quite honest, because they all work, they coordinate so nicely together. Okay, so now this next one, I'm going to take, and we're going to kind of do the same idea. I need to cut my paper again. Sailboats usually have a pennant flying from the top of the mast. Is that what those, oh boy, why are words so hard? I can't do 2 things at once anymore. Is that what these are? Like, I'm completely stupid when it comes to sailboats. Is that what these are supposed to be, Maddie? Or are you talking up here? I think you mean up here. But there's nothing in the stamp set, I don't think. Where's my sailboat people? Is there anything in here that would... I don't see anything. Does anybody want to help me out? Because I don't see anything. Or do we think that was an oversight from Stampin' Up? I don't know a thing about stamps. Or I don't know a thing about stamps. What are you doing here? You're like, okay, lady. We don't know why we're even here if you don't know anything about stamps. I don't know anything about sailing or boats. So I'm relying on my friends for that. Okay, so I've cut my paper. We're going to kind of do the same thing we just did. That's what I was trying to say. Okay, so friends, while I'm working on this, you continue to talk to me and tell me, is there something that I'm missing that would act as that in the stamp set? It's funny how those are the things I'd never even paid attention to. So I'm using the exact same colors I used the last one. Okay, we're going to kind of do the same idea, but I'm going to emboss this one. And I'm going to show you a couple different things that I did. Okay, and then my blue. I'm just waiting for anybody to comment if there's something in the stamp set or in the dies. So those are my friends that have that, or those are my friends that have access to the pictures. I didn't see anything, but I mean, it's also me. So like, there most definitely could be something there. I realize it's my husband's birthday next week and I need to make him a card. Oh boy. And I also have to get 36 swaps done before I leave for Florida. I need to pick something. Okay, so this is boho blue that I'm doing now. And I'm going to show you the embossing. Okay, it's not amazing, but it's okay because the embossing folder is going to do all the beautiful work for us. Are you guys still with me? I feel like I'm talking to myself. Maybe the bird's supposed to go on the top. That would be funny. Okay, so now the embossing folder is here. So what I'm going to do here is I'm going to run this through my embossing folder like this. I'm going to line it up with the line. Okay. And I'm going to go right here behind me and emboss this. Okay. Can you see this? See how beautiful this is? Now, if I took a piece of DSP that maybe I had sitting here, maybe. Okay, because this looks kind of plain Jane like this, just on its own. If I take this sailboat, I'm just going to cut this out. Actually, no, what I'm going to do first is I'm going to stamp it onto my DSP. I'm going to stamp the sailboat onto the DSP. And you're probably like, why is she doing that? And I'm going to say, just play along with me for a minute. I want to show you different techniques. Like I want to show you different ways to do things that you may or may not know, remember all the things. Okay. So I stamped right on to the DSP. Then I'm going to take my die and I'm going to put this through my die cutting machine. I'm going to run this right through the die cutting machine. hopefully in one swoop. Whoops. Okay, hang on. Wait for me. My die just moved on me, so just give me 1 second. Okay. Okay. So now I have just taken this and I'm going to use my dimensionals. I'm going to pop this up. Okay? But of course, we still need birds because the birds, I feel like, finish the card. So, I'm going to show you this one. I'm going to show you my original card. So I'm going to put one here. Okay. Are you guys still with me, or did I freeze? Okay, I need a card base. So what color do I want for my card base? Misty Moonlight, Boho Blue. Because those are the two that I have right close to me. Anybody? Anybody out there? I don't think I'm seeing comments. Do we want to do Misty Moonlight again? Friends? Friends. Is anybody there? I feel like it's very delayed from the time that I say something. Boho. Okay. Thank you, Linda, honey. Okay, let's do boho. So 5.5 by 4.25. Right? Can I stamp the waves? I can, but the waves are actually, they're raised. So I don't know what this is going to look like. So we can try. Where did I put my waves back? Let's see. Let's try it on this card. We could absolutely try. Because if it doesn't work, it's not a big deal, right? But how will we ever know? I'm going to do these ones in... oh, what the heck? My mat is stickier than my stamp. I'm going to do these ones in azure. And I'd say the darker blue. Oh, the darker blue? Are you thinking, hi, Pam. Are you thinking, like blueberry bushel? Azure afternoon. Misty Moonlight is pretty dark. It's kind of darkish. I know. Now I'm giving you all these blues. Like we have boho blue. We have balmy blue. Lots of blues. Lots of blues. Oh, you know what I did not show you? I'll show you. I think my camera keeps moving on us. There we go. I'm thinking maybe even blueberry bushel. Maybe let's try Misty Moonlight. I feel like there's a very much of a delay from the time I say something to the time it. Ooh, maybe we won't use blueberry or Misty Moonlight. Hey, look, there's a chunk missing out of my Misty Moonlight. Huh. Let's check that out. Okay. Okay, this is I think my ink pad is pooched. Like that. What do you think? Do you like that better? I was thinking for the paper. Okay. This is always the there's something now on my stamp. Hang on, guys. I got something on my stamp. Okay. Let's glue this one down. I want to show you a couple more things before we run away. Let me glue this one down. Hang on. Because I want to show you a couple other samples and a couple other things that will happen. And we won't actually do the cards because I want to show you the other samples that I did as well. Okay. So this looks better because it kind of has the embossing and the stamps on top, which is really, really cool. So how does the embossing and die cutting work together? I'm not going to do an actual card on it, but I do want to show you some samples. But I'm gonna do an example. Oh boy, like honestly today. Okay, so I'm gonna put my cardstock in. Make sure it's lined up. Let's make sure it's where I want it to be. Okay, and then what I'm gonna do is I'm actually gonna put my sailboat inside. Okay, I'm going to line my paper up with my line. I'm going to close this up. Okay, so I have my die and my embossing folder together. Okay, I'm going to run behind me here. No, I'm not going to run. I'm going to swivel behind me. And I'm going to run this through the machine as if I was die cutting. Sorry, as if I was embossing. Okay. So I pretend that I'm embossing. Okay, so I use my embossing plate. Here it is. When I open this up and I take this out, here's my die. Here's my sailboat. Here's my embossed. Okay, so I'm going to show you a couple other things that I did. Just to give you a little bit of a teaser. And some of the yays and nays that I did. Remember I said there's a couple yays, there's a couple nays. Okay, so this was one that early on I started playing with. And I did not like how it turned out. For a couple of reasons. I did not like this coloring. Like, it looked like a 2-year-old did it. So what I actually did for this one is I masked this. Okay, so this would be better to do with masking paper. Okay, because it would sit flat. Then I sponged my yellow. And then I sponged, or blended, sorry, I keep saying sponging, but blending, my blue. Okay, so I just didn't like how that one turned out. So that was a Tono Kaka. Then I thought, oh, you know what would be super cute to do? But of course, I didn't have the right things near me. I didn't have the right stuff near me to do it. So it didn't work out as well as I wanted. But what about a shaker card? So what I did with this one is I took our sky paper. There was my gems. I used my sky paper and I stamped the sailboat onto the sky paper. Did this technique, right? And then actually I sponged it first and then I ran it through the embossing folder. Okay. So shaker cards, super, 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 super fun, right? We talked about shaker cards last week and how much fun they could be. And then before I went on camera tonight, I did this one, which I had seen another card similar to this, but they had used the in colors here and they made these pieces a little bit smaller and they used all 5 of the in colors. And I think maybe this piece was smaller. But I thought that was a really, really simple and elegant card. Okay. So just to show you, you don't always have to do all the coloring, right? Sometimes you can just keep it nice and simple. So if we look back on like our first card, or where are my first cards here? The first card. So this is the one we did tonight. This is the one I did last night, right? So this one I used my blends to color. This one we used the stamp because I just dawned on me that there is a stamp for the bottom of the boat. And then that's for our oh my gosh. Anyway, this part of the boat, it's completely left my brain. So simple, right? So you can see I have to add another bird here because you're right now that's bugging me. So because we never do anything in odd numbers. Or I mean, even numbers, it's always odd numbers. So let me stamp another bird over here. So you can see how just by adding the birds, how simple that went, right? Like we took a simple card and we made it a little bit nicer. And of course you could add your gems, you could sponge around the outsides, you can do lots and lots of things. So there's that. And I did put the Wink Estelle on here. You can't see it on camera. So that was like our first cards. And then we moved into these ones, which again, very, very simple, but we did the sponging with our blending brushes. And again, doesn't have to be a lot. Now I could stamp over these, right? I could put DSP on here if I wanted, right? I could do lots. So, so basically I would die cut this part. I would die cut the boat and then I would just snip off the 2 pieces that I need. Okay. If I wanted to put DSP on that. So there's those 2. So we did those. And then what else did we do? These ones right here. So this was my original. This bird's here because I had a boo-boo there. But then there's these. Now, keeping in mind, guys, that I didn't even use a fraction of the stamp set or the dies, right? So there's those ones. And then, you know, we love shaker cards because, and I did use the adhesive strips for this one. So there's, you know, shaker cards are super fun. So that would be a great one. And then if you just want super, super simple, there's this one, right? So you could just adjust this into different thicknesses and then, you know, adjust your measurement on this. And it's just a white card base. So it's very simple. This would make a really nice sympathy card, actually, if you did it in like the grays and the blues. I think this would be a beautiful, beautiful sympathy card. So that's what I've come up with. And again, those were just very, very quick, but see, you can take this, you could pop this up, you can do all sorts of fun things with these. And then remembering, like here's some of the things I was using for my, because I blended and then I die cut. But even these, you could actually use these in this card, let's say, if I wanted, right? I could just do something like that on my card too. Right? So lots of ideas. That's just to get you started. But remember though, friends, that we also have these two sailboats. I didn't even touch the clouds. I didn't touch the birds. I didn't even touch the waves. So the possibilities are really, really endless with this one. And then there's another water, and then some more words. So I didn't even like scratch the top of the possibilities with these. Like that was just very, very, very simple ones, just to kind of get your brain kind of thinking, ooh, that would be cool. And oh, what if I did this? And then I could do this, right? My fave is the blender brush embossed one. Yeah, you know what? It's actually one of mine too. I love, love, love that technique. And that's probably the one I would use the most, honestly, just me, because I just like doing that. I don't know, I would do like 100 of them, but I mean, you could just sit and blend them, you know, while you're watching TV or whatever. And then, and you can change out the colors. Like I just did the orange and the yellows, but you don't even have to do the orange and the yellow. Like you could do, where are my cards? You could actually do, you know, just darker blues or grays, or just do them all oranges. I don't know if I ordered that set. Well, wait till your order comes in, then you can decide. You know, so you don't even have to do the, like you could change these out, like this color combination out to whatever you want, really, right? Like I just did the sunset type of thing, but sunsets can be a lot of different colors. So there's lots of possibilities there as far as like color coordination and that kind of thing, right? So but yeah, this is definitely going to be a sold out set. It does go live May 6th, and it's only online. So you will only find it on my store. You will not find it printed in any of the books anywhere. So I will post the product number for this one. And then that way you have it and ready to go on your list May 6th. Now, keeping in mind, Secret Sea is one of the in colors. So if you have not signed up for my in color club yet, you're going to want to do that very quickly, because I am actually going to be ordering all those items May 6th for the, well, all 3 levels, actually. I'm going to order all the product for those as much as I can. So yeah, so if you haven't joined that yet, please do so. And don't forget about the classes that are coming up in May. I am gone for a week in May. So yeah, so Maya and I are going on the incentive trip to Disney. So we will be not around for that week. So I'm trying to get everything done before we leave. So if you could just, if there's anything that you're interested in signing up for, it would be much appreciated if you could sign up quickly, so that I'm not scrambling to get things done and out to you. So Elite Group does close on the 1st. So if you're not familiar with what Elite Group is, it is it's a good way to get a selection of product each month without having to buy all the things, and you get one fun fold every month. So this was the one from April. This is the card that they're getting for April. So they got a selection of the Textured Notes papers. So they got both sets of papers. They got the gems, they got the ribbon, and they got the card bits to make this card, which is a super, super, super fun card. So when I say fun fold, this is what I'm talking about. We're not talking just like easy, simple folds. These are the type of fun folds we're doing. So, so yeah, so if you haven't signed up for the May Elite Group, then that is closing May 1st. So I can order everything and have it here on its way before I leave for the incentive trip. So, all right. Thank you, everybody, for joining me. I hope you enjoyed tonight. And I will be back next week with something fun. But also remember, my BOGO sale is next week. And it will have paper. It will have ink. It will have embellishments. It will have ribbon. It will have re-inkers, blends, all the fun things. So don't forget to set your alarm for that. Okay? What is the paper for the elite group? Linda, it's on my page. It's the Flowers and Blossom, I believe, is what it's called. It's one of the new ones. I'm just going to double check it here just to be 100% positive. But it's one of the brand new ones out of the catalog. And I don't see it super duper quick here. Oh, here. No, that's April. Yeah, I'm pretty sure it's Flowers and Blossom, I think is what it's actually called. But it is on my Facebook page somewhere. I just don't actually see it here super quick. So, but yeah, it's a floral one. It's pretty. It's got a great suite. I'm just trying to see if I can. May Elite Floral Impressions is actually what it's called. Floral Impressions. So it is this one, I believe. Oh, this one's an online exclusive as well. So you won't find this one in the catalog either. This one will be an online exclusive. So, but yeah, it's, there is a post on it, on my page from April 21st. All right. So thank you everybody for joining me. Hope you're having a great night and we will talk to you very soon. Bye everybody.